Hey, what you got there?
So finally, got the Automail from Winry Shop.
Ooh, can I see?
Follow me. Woo! Ho-ho! Been waiting for this, y'all. What's up, Nakamas? Today, we're coming at you again with another video of my very first action figure series. This time, it's my very first 3-0 figures. Yes, that's right. I said figures. We have 2 action figures in this big box that you see over here. Now, I did pick these up in my local comic book store. I was lucky enough to go ahead and, do kind of like a pre-order / layaway with them. Paid it over time. They finally came in and boom, here we have them. And it felt so good because I just went over there, picked them up. Been putting money in them, little by little, and that's just, how I've been doing for some more expensive, figures and stuff like that. But they're finally here. They're finally in the house, and I want to go ahead and show them to you guys. So here we have, this is a 2-pack of Edward and of course Alphonse, which we're gonna look at in just a bit. From Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. So as you guys can already tell, the box for Edward is definitely much smaller than Alphonse, because Alphonse, these are scaled. They're 6 scales, so Edward is a 6-scale figure. Alphonse is also a 6-scale figure. But for Edward's box, this is pretty special. You can see right there the front. So we have Ed right at the front right there. And then we do have that really cool looking 3-0 Store Deluxe version sticker. So that is really, really cool. And then we have the side of the box, both sides of the box. And we also have the back of the box right there. It's pretty cool. You see Edward's Automail arm right there, or hand. And also the Philosopher's Stone right at the top. So really cool touches that they added to this box. At the top of the box, you see right there, 6-scale figure, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, Edward Elric. So this is really cool. And then in the bottom, you do have that sticker, I guess you could say the sticker of authenticity 3A, in other words 3 zeros sticker right there. So that's what it is. And then you do have, that is a 3-0 logo. I really like the logo, by the way. It looks so cool. Now, of course, we're going to get a better view of him in just a minute, get him out of the box and everything. But I just want to go ahead and show you guys right there. You have right there the Gate of Truth, or the Gate of Alchemy. And man, that looks so cool. Really nice touch that they added that part right there. And of course we have the figure. And it's nice also that they added a really nice window in which you can see the figure. Of course, these are meant to be out of the box, so that's what we're going to be doing. Let's go ahead and take Edward out of the box and get straight into looking at how he looks. To get him out of the box is pretty simple. You have the plastic here, or the blister pack, the figure right in the middle. You have Edward's spear. You do have a baggie that does come, as I can see, with 2 extra faceplates, an extra hair piece as well. We do have an extra foot right there also, as you can see. And then we actually do have a couple of foots. One of them is made out of Automail, so that is pretty cool. So you can go ahead and display Edward without his boots. So we got some really nice plastic protecting the entire figure. Just take it off. It just kind of comes off. You put that to the side. It does have a little protection also in the hair piece, or his ponytail right there. Take that off. Some in his hands. Take that off. The other part already came out. And then one for his faceplate as well to protect it. You just kind of slide it on and off, and it just comes out really, really easily. And oh boy, here we go. We also do have an extra little plastic piece right here in his torso that I believe it should be easy to take off. Let's go ahead and flip up his little jacket. There is Edward. And when I got him out of the box, at first glance, I'll be honest with you guys, that face kind of did freak me out. I have to be honest, it didn't look exactly like Edward to me. I was like, whoa, okay, that's a weird looking face. I don't know what you guys think. Let me know. But yeah, it kind of weirded me out when I first looked at it. But everything else, I do want to say, I mean, Ed's jacket, we do have some bendy wire kind of just going through Edward's entire jacket. So, you can kind of pose it any way you want. As you can see, the bendy wire just kind of helps you, like if you want to have Edward in an action pose where his cape is kind of flying, you could do that in a way. So you see right there, it gives it a really nice look. It definitely does help, and that's much appreciated that 3-0 added those little bendy wires to Edward's cape. Of course, his little jacket here even also, yeah, does have a little bit of bendy wire right there, so bendy wire action on his inside jacket. Behind Edward's jacket, you do have their master's symbol, you know, the serpent's cross, and that is a really, really cool touch. So the details are all here. Now, like I did mention, probably one of my negatives right off the bat is whenever I saw that face, I don't know, you guys tell me, I don't know if it's just me or, you know, if I'm going crazy, but let me know what you guys think about that initial faceplate. We're gonna be taking a look at Ed's different faces, but before we do, let's talk about what comes in the baggie, and there is a few different items here, some that I'm really excited to show you guys. Let's start off with the instruction manual, of course. We do have right there Edward. Now this is the standard version. I hope you guys can see that. I don't know if the light is maybe shining too hard. You can't see that. So you can see, of course, it shows you how to remove the faceplate, how to put the other ones. And in the back, it shows you right there how to put the other pieces also. You do have the spear. You have different automobile parts. We do have a couple different things here too. That's the standard version, but of course this is the deluxe version. Also comes with Al, like I did mention, and you do get an extra little piece of extra little pieces of clothing for Ed, which I think is cool that they added. So the deluxe version comes with Ed using kind of, you know, whenever Winry is fixing him up, whenever he does get hurt, his little pajamas in a sense, loungewear, whatever you want to call it. I love that it comes with that. You can literally skim down Ed, take off everything that he comes with right here, his jacket, shoes. You can take all that off and then you can just make him look like that, and I think that is such a cool look. That faceplate, by the way, probably my favorite one. 3-0 does a really good job putting everything individually and separately as well. So you have this little plastic baggie here that comes in two parts. You do have one extra faceplate right there, a more serious look for Ed, and then we do have an extra hair piece, which you can see the difference is that the hair is flowing a little bit more, and it actually goes with this stance that Ed is on right here. Here's a couple more parts, and as you can see in this plastic baggie is kind of divided into 4 pieces. Again, I think 3-0 did a good job here. Overall, everything looks good, great condition as well. Now, besides that, we do have plenty of hand pieces, and I really like this. And I think what's gonna be my favorite piece of clothing for Ed, you know, we do have a little tank top looking shirt right there, and of course his shorts. I'm really gonna enjoy putting this on. I do want to do this in this video, so let's go ahead and start moving some pieces around and just show you guys some different looks for Ed. So let's go ahead and put a different face for Ed, and to do that, you kind of just have to nudge this little hair piece off, and be careful because it kind of does come connected with the faceplate, so they both come off at the same time. So you can see right there, it's kind of dividing, and boom, there it is. Yeah, there it is. So I was gonna say it does tend to fall off, so be careful with that. Or another thing that you could do, guys, if you are looking to get these figures, is you can take a Ed's entire headpiece off right there. Just make it a little bit easier for you, so you can just put the body to the side and just remove the hairpiece like so with the face. So we're gonna give Ed the more serious look, as you can see that faceplate right there. Since this is a 6 scale figure, it's kind of easier compared to like a Figma where the pieces are so much smaller to work with. And then you just connect the hairpiece, it just kind of goes at the top right there in those 2 little holes that you see, and the pegs just kind of just go right in. So you just push it in, and there it is. It really is not, it is not hard at all, you guys. It's fairly easy. There goes Ed with a more serious look, and I do have to say I like this one better than the just regular face that he comes with, you know, right out of the box. This one definitely gives me that Ed look, and I think it looks really good. The other one is my favorite, like I mentioned, but that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take out some of Edward's clothing, change him up a little bit. Before we do so though, I did want to show you guys this spear. Now this spear is really cool, and give you guys a closer look at how it looks right there. But the staff part of the spear, I mean this part right here, you can tell it's, I don't know if it's metal or die cast, I'm not sure what it's made out of, but it has a really nice weight to it. I do want to say, once we get into Al, he is enormous, he's huge, especially him being a 6 scale. I do enjoy what they did with Al especially. He's definitely my favorite one. But I do love that they added this piece to Ed as well. I can already tell this little piece is probably going to be my least favorite thing about this Edward figure. It does come on and off fairly easily, so you have to be delicate with this. And the little pegs that just go around it don't connect exactly all the way in, so to hold it in place is kind of hard, and you can see it just comes off so easily, and I don't like that. I kind of like whenever my figure, when it comes with accessories or extra pieces, I want them to be firm, you know, and to have mobility at the same time. I know that is hard, it's not as easy, especially for a figure like this, you know, but it is what it is. Now I do want to say, I like what 3-0 tried to do here with his, you can see his natural arm here. They try to make it look seamless, like you don't see any joints or anything like that. That is pretty cool, but at the same time, it kind of does maybe stop him, as you can see right there. So it is seamless, you don't see any joints or anything like that. Looks really nice. So in my opinion, this seamless look with no joints shown, it looks really nice. I actually really like how the arm looks. It looks like a statue type figure, you know, just from looking at his arm, no joints or anything like that. But it doesn't give it enough articulation, I guess I want to say. You know, it feels kind of weird, and then when you bend it, I'm kind of scared because it's rubber. It is very rubbery. He has a rubbery arm, and that's kind of what makes his arm flexible enough to, you know, move it or articulate it a little bit right there. So we're gonna get Edward naked and remove the rest of his clothing. We did manage to remove Ed's pants, and before you freak out, boom! Yes, that is Ed naked, or in other words, his mannequin. So, yeah, pretty cool. Now, I do want to tell you guys, if you want to remove this shirt, make sure you take off both arms and the headpiece. It'll save you guys. I don't know how much time I tried spending trying to take the shirt off, so so you won't suffer the way I do. Just do that, because look how easy it just slips on and off if you take off the arms and the headpiece. As you can see, I do like what 3-0 did here. They did add it, and even an extra layer of plastic, you know, that goes inside of his pants, which, I mean, we are gonna go ahead and just remove that, because this is gonna be my figure anyways. I just want to remove all this plastic. I want to take a look at the actual figure. There it is. So there is, wow. Look at him, man. That boy is thick. We got a lot better mobility and articulation in his knees. I just want to say that right off the bat. Take a look at that. Edward Ballerina, right? But of course, once you add, you know, all the accessories and the clothing and stuff like that, you know, some of the articulation is constricted, I guess you can say. But man, yeah, great articulation. And I do want to say some of the details that 3-0 added here, really, really cool. You can tell the scarring. They added the scarring, you know, where Ed's automail pretty much is, you know, where Winry did all the work on him and stuff like that. You can still see the scars all around, and that is so cool. Well, before we move on here with Ed's, I want to call this the under construction look. This is when Winry's fixing him up and stuff. His foot, now there is that little extra flap that I thought it was like a holster or something, but that actually goes in his foot, and you can see right there his automail foot. We're gonna put that to the side, and this is the part I was telling you guys about. That little part, it just kind of just fits in there. Let me take it off so you guys can see. There it is off, and when you put this part on, it definitely adds to the entire figure. It gives it a complete look. I love, by the way, that they added this to the deluxe edition, or you know, the deluxe version of Ed, because you have more possibilities with the figure, and then you can just pose him in different ways. And then look at this. Oh, before I forget, so yeah, I already added the face. That's how he looks right there. That looks pretty cool. But of course, we have to add his hands. So give me 1 second. Complete under construction look for Ed. And I gotta say, this is probably my favorite look for Ed. I love that they added, you know, just a natural looking foot. The automail foot is so good as well. And that they added this whole look, it's so good. I love that 3-0 did that. It definitely adds to the figure. In my opinion, that adds value to the figure as well. Those little extra accessories, the little extra parts, I think that's really cool. So let me know what you guys think. That is so cool. I think that's about it, what we're gonna show with Ed right now, because we still have to jump into Al, and you know, for time purposes, that's gonna be it. At the end of the video, like we always do, We're going to be hitting some poses, you know, some different things. Of course, we're going to be taking this look of Ed right here and just showing you guys how he's going to look. So yeah, we're going to do that towards the end. Of course, the final opinions are going to be at the end as well. But now, let's jump into the big brother. Also, the younger brother, Alphonse Elric. So Al is definitely the reason why I had to go with this camera angle. He is huge. As you guys can tell here, his box is enormous. So, and I mean, it's pretty damn accurate. If it is a 6 scale of Alphonse Elric from Full Metal Alchemist, the figure has to be enormous. So take a look at this, you guys. Take a look at the box real quick. You got Al right at the front printed. 6 scale collectible figure, Alphonse Elric, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, 3-0, of course, right at the front. You got the side right there, you got the other side, you got the back, and man, this figure, I'm just excited. Let's go ahead and open it up real quick. It's the same thing with Ed's box as well. Nothing much different here, but of course, just look at this thing. It is huge, and the window is enormous. I barely fit back here. I think you guys are getting a pretty good view. Now for the plastic and the blister pack, you got a lot more stuff in here. Let me see if I can take the top off and just show you guys here. Give you guys a little bit of a good view. Oh, by the way, check this out. It's so cool. So they put these little foam inserts so the figure won't be damaged. Of course, that is always appreciated. You know, when companies do stuff like that, it means that they actually care about this stuff that they make, and of course about our money as well, I want to say, right? But there we have Al. Now he is filled with plastic. I don't want to move it too much. We do have some really cool accessories that we're about to talk about. But that's just giving you guys a view of how he comes right out of the box. So here he is out of the box. And oh my god, he is huge. And just for size comparison, take a look at this. A 6 scale of Ed versus a 6 scale of Al. Just come though, his head comes with a little plastic protection and his long, so this little hairpiece is attached to his armor, right? And that hairpiece has a little protection, so that long, very thin hairpiece is well protected, and that is much appreciated. I'm gonna just go ahead and take it off. Be careful. There it is, and put that to the side for now. And wow, take a look at that. So, okay, it does seem like the hairpiece, yeah, it doesn't, you know, disconnect or anything like that. It doesn't split. It actually is, it does seem like it's glued together. So that's a good thing. Of course, I don't think you want it to disconnect, you know, the hair or anything like that, because then you're just gonna have a whole bunch of just little hairs, you know, spread throughout the back of Al right there. But oh my god, from his head sculpt, take a look at that. Al looks just freaking incredible. To his shoulder pads over here that are part of his armor, you can see the spiky parts. Definitely be careful if you are looking to get this Al. Those spiky parts definitely are spiky, so if you do try to hurt yourself, you're gonna, you know, but they're not, I guess, spiky enough where you can go ahead and cut yourself just by touching it. Moving down here, we're still looking at the front, right? There's a whole other thing also in the back, but the chest piece, I mean, this whole area looks amazing. The little part below his chin, really, really cool. Attention to detail. 3-0 did an awesome job, and as you guys can tell, Al's my favorite, hands down. I freaking love what 3-0 did here, you guys. His little apron, just take a look at that. And it goes, of course, let's just take a look at the back. It goes all the way to the back as well. And this is so good. By the way, hella heavy. This guy weighs a good amount. Taking a look at the back here, looking at his shoulders, that is so cool. So, oh my god, all right, you know what, we're just, let me take it piece by piece then, right? If we look at his arm, take a look at that, you guys. Now, I do want to say, it's still plastic, okay? It's not die cast or anything like that, but they do an incredible job to make it seem like, I mean, just by the sheer weight of holding Al, you really feel like this is a really good figure. It feels premium, it feels good, and of course there is a few negatives. I'm gonna be still, you know, calling out some things, but real quick before we even do that, right here, I love the little that they added the shoulder pads pretty much right back here that are part of his armor as well, and it's so cool. Now, one cool thing is that the shoulder, the part that articulates, is actually a little bit of cloth, I guess you can say, and it just goes down also to his hand right here, and that's pretty accurate because when somebody uses armor, and especially an armor this big and this heavy, of course underneath it you're gonna have cloth. They're gonna be wearing some sort of clothing, some sort of protection. Negative right there. Number one, the arms, just right off the bat, I'm gonna say it. But like I was saying, the whole armor, the whole getup, these arms are killing me. So, okay, let's go ahead and move down. I'm trying not to move Al too much because he is kind of heavy, and I want to have him in a good spot in case he, I put him on the table or something. But moving down to his legs, you got. So okay, speaking about Al's arm, it was falling off for me so much right now. Just make sure when you put it back in, you should hear a little clicking sound. And yeah, then after that he should be good. But if you do move it around like if you try to articulate it at a certain angle, he can't actually reach. So he doesn't have the kind of articulation we have right here with Ed. But it's good enough to do, I guess, what you're supposed to do with Al. We're gonna be looking at some more poses, of course, towards the end of the video. You got right there. That's what I'm saying, attention to detail. Check that out. They paid attention to detail in his armor. He's got a little protection right there for his crotch. He's got the same thing right there in the back for his buttocks. Moving down here to Al's leg, he has his little pouch right there, and it's really cool. And it comes on and off fairly easily, snaps on and off, just like Ed's clothing, fairly easy. You just, there's a little piece in the back. You just kind of snap it on and off, and pretty easy to remove that or put it back on. Feet do have a little bit more mobility, especially when it comes to his knees right there. And then moving down to his feet and his toes, you do have some pretty good mobility right there as well, you guys. But what they did here, what 3-0 did here with his entire armor and just the way that Al looks, I think this is incredible. This is really where your money's at. Now, I'm not saying that Ed is horrible or anything like that, but Al definitely takes the cake for me, and this is just freaking amazing. Now, he does come with an extra headpiece, and I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys that extra headpiece. So this is the little extra headpiece, and I think it's so perfect. You need an Al with this headpiece, and I mean that animated face of Al, we all recognize it. I think it's so well known, and I believe that, yeah, that is it. So we do have that little piece right there, and as you can tell in this piece, it doesn't have the long hair that he has in this more serious headpiece right here, his natural armored look, right? So this hairpiece doesn't come with this headpiece right here connected like this one does. So keep that in mind. And like I said, this is more of an animated look, and I do like these looks a little bit better. I mean, that is such a good representation of Ed and Al. We do also have 4 extra hand pieces. We have some karate chops right here for Al, and then we also have some grabbing hands for Al as well. And that is, of course, besides the hands that he already comes with right here that are pretty much his fist hands. But for me, probably some of the best little accessories that Al comes with is, of course, the little cat that you see in the anime. That is super cute, and I love that 3-0 added this little cat. But this, I mean, come on. They also added Chow Mei, the little panda, to Al as an accessory, and I think that it is the coolest thing ever. And I mean, you can do whatever. I mean, you can just put him wherever you want to put him, wherever he fits, and I mean, there he is, right? We're gonna hit you guys with a few different poses, and then we're gonna jump back in, and I'm gonna give you guys my final thoughts on the 3-0 6-scale figures of Ed and Al. Nakamas, we're almost at the end, but I just gotta say, I am sweating out here. Leslie came out, we were having a little bit of fun, posing these two figures. For the sake of the video being too long, we definitely had to condense what we recorded and of course the poses that we did. Now I do want to go ahead and now talk about some of the cons, but also some of the pros on these two 6-scale figures from 3-0. Now let's talk about the cons just to start off, and I do want to say on both the figures we did have a little bit of trouble when it comes to articulation. With them being 6-scale figures, I thought it would be much easier, moving them around and stuff like that, but there are certain things. For example, with Ed, remember I told you about the seamless skin that he has? We did have a little bit of trouble, as you can see right there, just moving around and articulating a little bit, to our liking, the way we wanted Ed to look. But at the end of the day, we got some good poses, so it's not too bad of a thing. But then when it comes to Al, I do want to say, I found myself breaking the pieces apart, some pieces falling off. And I think the reason why is probably because of his big size and the armor. The armor looks beautiful. If you look at Al from a distance, you're gonna be like, holy crap, that is Alphonse from Fullmetal Alchemist as a 6-scale figure, and it looks amazing. It definitely does, but you definitely have to play around with it if you want to get him in certain poses. Now, talking about some of the pros, I just want to highlight the most important stuff, and I think number one, remember this, is the price tag. You can actually get these two figures the same price that you'd go and get a Hot Toy. At the end of the day, I think you are getting a bang for your buck, especially if you get the bundle and you get these two guys together. Big Bad Toy Store, like I mentioned, you guys, go ahead and check them out if you are interested. I know they have them in their website, so that's an option right there. Overall, my overall impressions, if I were to rate these two figures together, I would give them an 8 out of 10 together. I think Al is definitely the highlight for me. He's my favorite. Yes, he doesn't have a lot of mobility. There's some things that I couldn't do with him, that Ed was definitely better at doing when it comes to articulation. Also, if you are a fan of Fullmetal Alchemist, you're definitely gonna enjoy having these two figures part of your collection. If you're not a fan of Fullmetal Alchemist, I definitely do not recommend you spending $260 on these two figures. Go ahead and buy something that you rather would want to add to your collection. But for anime fans, for FMA fans, I think you guys are really gonna love these. And by the way, yes, I didn't find what to do with these two little guys over here, so you guys can figure it out. Like I mentioned, there's so much more that you can do with these two figures, and I think we just tapped into the possible poses that we can do. Without further ado, that's gonna do it for us today, Nakamas. Let me know if you are looking to get these figures. If you go out and get them, what do you guys think about them? If you already have them as well, let me know down in the comment section. Of course, if this is your first time being here, I would really appreciate if y'all hit that subscribe button for more videos like this, reviews on figures like you are seeing today, and hit that like button because that definitely does help us. Hope you guys enjoyed this review. We'll see you guys in the next one. Take care, Nakamas.